And it's a new year, so I thought I would reintroduce my channel since I'm only about 5 months into the game. And I just wanted to answer 10 questions from the Get to Know Me tag, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy Blake Salami. I make mommy and lifestyle videos here on YouTube every week. And today I'm actually posting a get to know me tag. I have never done a video that's a tag on YouTube, and I just wanted to do a reintroduction. This is 2018, ladies and gentlemen, and I just feel like I need to at least let you know a little bit more about me that you probably don't know already, or maybe you do. So here we go. Okay, so the first question on the Get to Know Me tag is, what is your middle name? Now, I say my middle name at the very beginning of every YouTube video. I wanted to just skip to the second question, which is, what is my favorite color? My favorite color is fuchsia. I'm actually wearing, oops, don't mean to expose myself, but I'm actually wearing the color now. This is just, I don't know, it's like one of those things where it's in between purple and pink, and I've always loved the color fuchsia. And it's so specific. It was actually a part of my wedding. As some of you already know, I had both a traditional wedding and then also a Nigerian reception, like a Nigerian wedding reception, meaning that my bridal party wore native Nigerian attire. So all the women were in fuchsia and gold. So fuchsia is my favorite color. Are you in or have you gone to college? I'm not in college, but I have gone to college. And I guess I'll be a bit more specific. I have 3 degrees. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Anthropology and American Studies. I had to think about what my other degree is in. I have a master's degree in social work with a graduate certificate in nonprofit management. So, in social work school, I focused on clinical stuff as well as on a macro level dealing with community practice. So, I did both. And then I went to law school, and that's what I do now. I'm an attorney, which I think you should know that if you watch this channel. Is what is my favorite movie? My favorite movie is and will always be The Color Purple. I don't know any Southern woman who hasn't seen it, or any black woman who hasn't seen the movie Color Purple, but it's just one of those classics. I know most of, if not all of, the lines in that movie. I love the songs. I love the characters. I love the storyline. There's so many things about race and justice, sexism, uh, traditional roles of men and women, Southern living, Southern politics, men and women in romantic relationships, women and women in romantic relationships. The movie has a little bit of something for everyone. I absolutely love it, and it will always be one of my favorite movies. It's always a tearjerker. And yeah, if you quote lines in the comment section, I know we can go back and forth. So just try me. Post a quote and let's see how far we can go with this. So yeah, that's my favorite movie. Or what is one of your bad habits? One of my bad habits I would have to say is sleeping with makeup on. It I've ruined so many pillowcases. My husband will have to tell you that it's just ridiculous. Sometimes I'm so tired that I just drop down and ruin a nice set of pillowcases or a nice sheet set. And I've ruined so many now that it's just like I just keep buying. Whenever I see anything going on sale, I just buy in bulk because I know myself. And even though I say, oh, I'm going to try a new routine, I'm going to do this and that, it almost never happens. Now, I won't say that I do that like every time I wear makeup, but I do it often enough that I buy in anticipation of messing up pillowcases. So, yeah, that's one of my bad habits. Is, do you have any siblings? And I do have siblings. I have two siblings from my mom, and I have three siblings from my dad. And on my dad's side, I didn't actually get to know them until I was already an adult. I was in graduate school when I was doing some soul searching, and excuse me, and I decided I would reach out to try to, um, you know, get to know that other side of my family that I hadn't met yet. And it was a real blessing. I'm not as close to all of my siblings as I would like to be because we're all scattered, but I do have a really good relationship with my eldest sister, and she was actually in my wedding. And then I have another sister who got pregnant around the time of the wedding when we were trying to put together the bridal party, so she had to bow out. But I generally do have good relationships with everyone, as far as siblings go, and yeah, I do have siblings on my mom's side, but I was primarily raised an only child. Like I knew that I had siblings on my dad's side, but I didn't really know them at all. Like I knew of them, and then on my mom's side, it was just me. I was basically raised as an only child until I was 20, yeah, 20 years old. And I came home from college one day. I guess it was just a random weekend. I lived about 40 minutes away from where I went to undergrad. And so, yeah, I came home. My mom was like, she's pregnant. And I was in shock. Um, it was like laughable for most people in my family because I had been the only child for 20 years, and for my mom to be starting all over when I'm 20 in sophomore year in college, it's like what's going on? Like why are you doing this now? But yeah, so I have a sister who's 20 years and one day. I think yeah, 20 years and one day of age difference. And then I have a little brother, and we're 25 years of an age difference right there. So he's really like my son. And yeah, so I do have siblings. Okay, so one of the next questions is how would you describe your fashion sense? And right now I'm saying that I'm kind of roughing it. I come home from work, I take off work clothes, and I immediately get into sweats. On the weekends, I'm in sweats, and I'm just not having the best fashion moment of my life. But in my former life, before I had a baby and before I really settled down into married life, I splurged. I have, I don't know, I've had just about every experience you can think of when it comes to buying clothes, from being one of those teenagers that just go out and spend every dime, every penny on clothes. Any job I had where I worked in a clothing store, which I did. I worked at Macy's when I was in college. I worked at Ross Dress for Less when I was in high school, my senior year. Any money I made, most of the money went directly back to the stores. And I think they know that. I mean, that's a part of the business they expected. And it's sad, but it's the truth. And I love dresses. I love anything classic. I love glitter. I love sparkle. I love pearls. I love anything that's really girly. Um, but I also like to put a blazer on. I feel like blazers make everything, put together. I love heels. But I will say that when I moved to New York City, I kind of switched up my shoe game because I ruined so many shoes when I first moved to New York City. When I lived down south and I lived in Florida, I can't tell you, like I went to class in heels. I went to the grocery store in heels. I went to get an oil change in heels. Like, and then when I moved to New York City, you realize that that's not possible. Your feet will be forever broken and ugly and torn and sore, and your shoes will look like crap. So I feel like, at a certain point, I just had to switch up the game, go for the trendy flats, the comfy shoes, whatever got me through my day in the city. And I think that my fashion sense definitely got a little tarnished from moving to the city and realizing what commuter life looks like. Because, when you're down south, you can put on a pair of 4 or 5 inch heels, get in the car, and then put them on when you get out, and you're fine. But if you're hopping on trains, you'd run the hail a cab in heels, it's just not going to work. And let's not talk about like this time of year when you're in the middle of a nor'easter, or you just had 3 inches of snow on the ground. Like, really, like, no. So one of the first things I did when I moved to New York City is I bought snow boots. And I was pissed because I'm like, I'm spending $250 or $300 on some boots that I'm only going to wear in the snow, and they're not even that cute. I tried my best to get cute ones, but snow boots are just not cute, at least not to me. So yeah, my fashion sense is anything girly, anything shiny, anything um, cute, especially if it's a dress or a skirt, a pencil skirt to be exact. Since I've married into a Nigerian family, I love to wear Ankara dresses, Ankara pencil skirts. Shout out to my sister in law, Tawa, for making some skirts for me after I had my baby. So yeah, I like to be girly. Is, are you single or taken? And if you've watched this channel before at all, or you just watched the intro, you would know that I'm happily married. And we're going on 2 years married. And everything is what I imagined it would be. Tough at times, uh, absolutely fun at times, sweet at times. I mean, there's a time for everything under the sun, the Bible says. And I'm in love with my husband, and it's been one of the most life changing and best things that ever happened to me. So, yes, I am taken. I am spoken for, as we would say. And the next question on the Get to Know Me tag is your favorite book. I would have to say my favorite book is by Chimamanda. I can't remember her last name right now, but her first name is Chimamanda. She's a Nigerian writer, and she is everything. She's written a good number of books. I would say around 10. And my favorite is Half of a Yellow Sun. I love this novel because it tells a very, very heart wrenching story behind the events that took place during the Biafran War. If you're not familiar with Nigeria's history, there was a civil war in the 60s. It was two tribes, or one tribe against the rest of Nigeria, and it was involving the Igbo people of the East, who really wanted to claim their independence and succeed from the rest of the country. The story that Chimamanda tells in, you know, unraveling this history is absolutely amazing. Her writing style, I love. You just get lost and swept up not only in the storyline but in the words and the way she tells the story. She's an amazing storyteller. I love all of her writing, and I just love her. And yeah, so that's my favorite book, Half of a Yellow Sun. You should check it out. If you haven't read it, I can assure you, if you read this book, you will never forget it. Again, it's Half of a Yellow Sun. Check it out. And the last question is, where do I live? And I actually technically live in New Jersey, but I live, I would say, about a 10-minute drive from New York City. The only thing that separates my city from New York City is the Lincoln Tunnel. And so, yeah, I live in New Jersey. I work in Lower Manhattan, and I've been here for about 5 years. So I guess that's going to be it for tonight. You caught me with my hair wrapped in bed, getting ready to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I just want to reintroduce myself so you can know a little bit more about me. And I hope you guys tune in to my channel. I hope you give this video a thumbs up if you liked what you've heard today. If you have any ideas or special requests for things that you want to see on my channel, please feel free to leave a comment. You can also send me an email at info@blakesalami.com. That is info, I-N-F-O, at blakesalami.com. You can hit me up on all social media. You can find me under Blake Salami on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Until next time, everyone, take care, and I'll see you again. Bye.